teaching in the classroom, so I taught online. But the idea of moving an entire tutoring business online was, to me, I couldn't even imagine it, right? And so when I joined the program, I kind of was learning about, like this is how you scale it, how to kind of organize the groups and things like that. But the problem is I had already signed a contract for the teaching school year, right? So a lot of the things that I needed to do to really see growth, I couldn't because I was trapped in the classroom. As we know, working online, teaching online, that's 60 to 70 hours a day. And so I didn't really have the chance to work on my business like I wanted to. So I said, you know what, I'm going to finish this year off and I'm going to just do it. All this time to actually, work the SOD process. I was just shocked at the amount of growth that I was able to experience just over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, you crushed it, man. So let's talk about this first, because people want to do this for different reasons. And why was it you wanted, Quanita, personally, to not continue teaching in the classroom and run your own business?
Oh, good question. I first of all absolutely love teaching. But I realized that in the classroom, we had a new problem that wasn't really being solved by the classroom. So we had the situation where we were having students who were 2 to 3 grade levels behind, who were coming in, but we weren't actually, equipped or to actually do that. And I wasn't able to teach the students in the way that I wanted to do it online. I know people in the classroom, they can completely relate to understanding that something that you're doing in the classroom is not working, really wanting to help other students, but being limited kind of by administration. So, like I said, absolutely love teaching. And I wanted to do the same thing. I wanted to do what worked. And I wanted to have a lot more freedom as well. So for me, it was kind of like, it was the go-to transition to still do what I love teaching, but having a little bit more freedom in the way that I did it. I hate myself for not jumping sooner. I didn't really have a whole lot saved. I just believed that this was going to work. And so I kind of just made that leap. You think about how many hours that you spend investing into the classroom. And I promise you, if you spent that same amount of time in the business, then, it could easily take off. For me, it was funny that my initial goal was just to replace teaching income like that. Now I think about how small that was, I just want to make it and maintain the teacher income. And I've, surpassed that in a couple of weeks. I wanted to replace, so 40,000 was what starting was for me. And then I did that in 12 weeks. So, and then just this morning, made a good amount just from sales calls this morning. I turned in my notice June 8th. And then that week afterwards, I want to say the last day was June 15th was the last day I was on campus.
Nice. Okay, so June 15th. So it was from June the 8th to the 31st of August. I worked it out. It was exactly 12 weeks, right? So what happened in that time frame?
I actually raised my pricing, which is ironic because I think a lot of us, we think if we raise the price, less people are going to want to come in. And it was the opposite for me. More people actually wanted to come in. And then I actually focused on Facebook marketing. So before, my business was completely word of mouth. And then last couple of weeks, I've been working a lot on the ads.
What did you raise your prices from?
$1,200 to $2,000.
Nice. And what gave you that? Mindset? I guess to just be able to do that.
I think initially I thought that people would think that online tutoring was worth less somehow than face to face. It was kind of like a downgrade from face to face. People will pay more for face to face. But then I realized people pay for the result, right? Realistically, they don't care where you are as long as you can get them the result. So when I changed my mindset to they're going to pay for the result and not by the hour or, the medium that we're using, I raised the prices. And then you'd be surprised that I think realistically I could charge more if I wanted to because people, like I said, they pay for the result. And that's kind of what I went off.
What have you seen in terms of results? What's the business generated? How many students you're working with? Give us some insight there.
Oh, this weekend was pretty heavy. I got 11 new students this weekend, so I haven't worked out that. It's probably about 40, close to the 50 students maybe. I have a flagship and I have a downsell, so I kind of have to work that out. But yeah, it's I want to say in June I had maybe 2 students, and so from 2 to about probably closer to 50 students maybe.
Okay, great. And you crossed the 50K in revenue, right? And
Yeah.
how much have you done so far in September? This was from Friday. When this was, I don't know if you with what you've done over the weekend. I don't know where
So
it is.
from Saturday, Sunday, and today was 11,000. So the past 3 days was 11,000, and so I haven't added that up with the beginning of.
What's really helped you since you've been able to go all in on this, achieve those fast results? Like, if you were to pinpoint some key things, what's really been the go-to stuff for you that if I do this, I can generate these results?
I would say honestly, it's probably the environment, the SOD environment. I can't emphasize how awesome it's been to work with other people, like the other members in the group. And it's a lot that I don't have to figure out by myself. So, you do have the SOD process that's definitely beneficial is your go-to, but having the other members in the group who you can ask, like, how did you get this to work for your, how did you get this to work for your company? Or what is a better way that you can adapt it? That's helped me tremendously. Like it's completely shortened the learning curve that I needed. So I think that's part of the reasons why I was able to grow so quickly, because I was looking at other, owners who were, doing the same thing. But the part that's got me the quickest speed was the Facebook ads. And so using the Quanita, the reading tutor page, and running marketing ads and kind of targeting the demographic has helped tremendously, is what I'm doing for marketing. When I get people in, we always have those cold leads come in and they're not ready to book, just being able to remarket them via email marketing has worked as well. So just having the ad that speaks to the specific problem that a parent is having has been tremendous.
And then how do you book the leads in?
First of all, just making sure that they're in the right place. So asking, once again, do you have a student in grades 4 through 8? And then first, we're just vetting that they're in the right place, because sometimes you have people who click on the ads and they're not your ideal student. And remember, like for me, focusing only on the ideal student is what worked. And then having them book a call and then immediately following up with them is kind of the process that I use. I had already had the steps in place and already had some recorded lessons. So once I hired someone, let's say I pulled someone from Indeed or from another teacher group, I already had the process laid on, like, this is how I want each lesson to flow, because I knew, like I said, they have to go through specific steps to get that result. So I had already had that part of the curriculum put in place. So for me, it was just finding a teacher who was coachable, someone that I knew was going to follow the steps, to the T to get more teachers in. So the first point of them coming into the program, we do an assessment, and I kind of group them based on what specific deficits in reading that they have. Okay, and then I start another, depending on like what level they are. I start them in another cohort, so I'll have another tutor start this cohort off. Simply because, like, let's say they join the program like maybe just a month late, they could probably catch up. But then after that point, then they'll be too far behind us to jump in and be successful. So I'll start another cohort. I also have a down sell, which is just the reading comprehension group. Okay, yeah. So accelerated program, like I said, that's the tier 1 group that everybody is trying to get into, right? And those usually have a few start dates. But there's a monthly program where you're just teaching the same, let's say 8 or maybe 12 strategies over and over and over again. And so they can jump into that one anytime. I know a couple parents wanted to, back before I was able to hire new teachers and to get for the accelerated group, they just hop into one of those groups where they're learning the same couple skills over and over and over again, right? So
what's involved then? Because you've raised your prices, so you're charging 2K, right? The 2K is for the accelerator?
Yeah.
Okay. So what do the students get for that? What's kind of included? Like, how does the program run?
Yeah, so we assess 3 times. They receive, I guess they come to class 2 hours a week, and then there's the optional office hours in case they need it, although people really come to the office hours, right?
Catch up office hours.
Yeah. Also, they have access to recorded lessons, and the goal is that by the time they leave the program, they're reading 1 to 2 grade levels above and able to write a 5-paragraph essay.
Yeah. To round things off, Quanita, if you could give one bit of advice to the other tutors watching, what would it be?
Definitely join SOD, and when you do, you have to go all in. You really have to hit the ground running. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Go all in. All in on one thing, guys. Master it. Don't stop, and you'll crush it. That's the only way you fail is if you quit.